There it goes. All right, now I have to turn this on. There it is.
You have to do what?
Turn the battery on.
And I had noticed before I went to bed last night that the beta thing was turned off. The mobile beta thing. And I wondered whether the Fi app turns that off when it's Wi-Fi connected. So I didn't change anything new. And I realized pretty quickly this morning that the Fi app does not do that. So you don't normally have that stuff turned off, but I guess it's
Yeah.
all in all, it was much less demanding than a full factory settings.
Uh-huh. So I changed my switch. I had a switch connected to the Comcast to the cable modem.
Yeah.
An 8-port switch. Yeah.
What do you mean?
Well, because I needed to plug 6 different things into it.
Yeah, but how is a switch an
8-port switch.
Oh, 8-port. I can't hear you, apparently. I'm sorry.
Yeah. And I replaced it with another switch that I have that I haven't used in a long time. It's a gigabit switch.
Okay.
And maybe that'll fix the problem
What's the problem?
I'm having with Amazon.
What's it causing problems
Well, half the time I can't get the movie.
Let me make a suggestion. Is your TV set to auto-update itself?
The TiVo? The TiVo?
No.
The Amazon's running through the TiVo. Running through the TV, the Amazon works fine.
Well, then I'm going to guess it's the TiVo.
Well, it could be, but
I mean, what's happening when it doesn't work?
well, everything works. You select the video and you start it, and then after a very long time, it says, "We can't connect, try again later." So you reboot the TiVo, waiting a half an hour, waiting it for a half an hour to set up.
Remind me this TiVo.
Well, it's black.
Is that the newest one?
I think you said it was the newest one. I don't know.
You know, I think TiVo is dying.
Yeah. I had a white one before,
You can have the white one back.
but this one, I think this one had the lifetime
So does the
service plan. But anyway,
I mean, if you want to.
well, I don't need to do anything if the problem is the switch.
Why would it be the switch?
Because, good morning. Nice day.
Yeah.
Why do you think it might be the switch?
Well, at first I thought it was the cable,
Right.
and I changed the cable. And but I realized it could be. I actually, one time, I changed the hole the cable was plugged into, and that seemed to help for a while.
Right.
So that told me it wasn't the cable.
Okay.
I did change the cable once,
Right.
but now I think it's the switch. Well, I think it loses the internet connection. Just a glitch. You know,
How often do you restart your router?
almost the router,
Yeah.
not that often. But I,
Do it once a week.
but the TiVo gets restarted almost once a day.
Now that's problematic.
But
How much time do you actually need?
well, if I watch Amazon through the TV, I don't need the TiVo at all.
So what's wrong with doing it?
Nothing really.
I mean,
I'm not using the amp if I do that.
You're not?
No,
Why not?
because I can't feed the TV sound back through the amp.
I totally don't understand that problem.
Well, it's because it's an $800 TV,
I still don't
and so
understand the problem though.
it doesn't have a lot of the things
Yeah.
that some of the other ones do.
I mean, these days an $800 machine is a pretty expensive.
I know, yeah. Well, but when I bought that, which was when we moved to a friend's house,
It wasn't.
it wasn't. But actually, it does most everything that I want and more.
I mean, I don't know why.
But I think if it's a switch, if it was the switch,
Right.
that would explain that, and it would also explain why the movies wouldn't upload to the GoPro site
Yeah.
if there were momentary glitches due to the bad switch.
So, remind me where your router is
It's on top of the bookcase.
Which bookcase? One beside the TV?
Yeah.
And how many ports are on that?
There are 4 or 5 ports on that. You know, one thing I could do is plug my computer connection into that router directly. I didn't think of that. And not through the switch. That would reduce one source of error.
Well, I mean, it would reduce the amount of complexity in the network itself.
Yeah.
I mean,
Well, possible sources of problems that
right.
would cause the connection to drop. See, I suspect that the GoPro algorithm is not very resilient.
Right.
And apparently, the thing that's happening is those files are getting transferred, but then they're not processing properly on the GoPro site, which means that and if I then download them, because they're there,
Right.
they're just not in the window, you know.
Right.
And when I download one again, which I can do, it won't play.
Right.
It's not a video. So,
What is it?
who knows?
Is it named something that's a video?
It's named MP4 just like it was when it got sent.
Yeah.
But it's not a video. It won't play on the computer.
Right.
So the file is getting corrupted
Right.
at some point in the process.
I'm going to guess it's on their side of it. But maybe
Well, it could be. I
it
mean,
could also be on your side if it needs it.
the files upload to YouTube.
Oh, okay.
Well, we keep going, I think. The files upload successfully to YouTube.
Right.
So that tells me there's nothing wrong with the source files.
Right. Well, and then there's also nothing wrong with whatever you're using to
Well, it means everything's working properly
yeah.
up to there.
Right.
Now, it could be that there are momentary glitches in the signal and YouTube corrects for them.
Yeah, but how would YouTube be able to do that when GoPro doesn't?
Well,
Saying it's just not a very
well, remember, YouTube has they're using some kind of checkpointing. YouTube is using some kind of checkpointing.
Right.
So they could be simply restarting it when they note a failure.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know, but they could be.
Right.
And so, and GoPro might not be doing that.
Right. Never underestimate the power of the financial drive. Much of the work.
Well, what they keep saying is something's wrong with your network. And I keep pointing out to them that the files transfer to YouTube.
What do they say to that?
Nothing. They say, get a better network.
Yeah, how many people are going to join that? What, do you know what the nominal speed that you're paying for with Comcast is?
I'm paying somewhere around $100 a month for the internet service.
Really? Are you getting gigabit speeds for that?
It's 800 megabyte.
Yeah, that's what I was. 800?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'd have to
I
pay.
mean, most people don't have anywhere near that.
No, I know. I'd have to pay a lot more to get 10 gigabyte to get a gigabyte. I'd have to pay $10 more or something. But I don't think the speed's the problem.
Well, clearly not.
No. I mean, you couldn't have a workable consumer-based system if everybody had to have gigabyte speeds to do it.
Yeah, I mean, that's just laughable as an answer.
Yep. And
I mean, those are technicians who don't understand what they're doing.
they're trying to get rid of the problem.
Right.
They don't want to deal with the problem.
Well, because there's no way for them to.
I've given up trying.
Yeah, I don't blame you.
They don't want to deal with it.
Well, they don't have any way to deal with it, and they don't have the expertise.
The one thing I could do is I think what we'll do is go this way and come back that way.
Okay.
Yeah, we're at this point. See where this loop goes off?
Oh yeah, you can go just this way.
Yeah, right. And that we'll do that going out.
Yeah, that's fine.
And then we'll go around here.
Yeah, and then come back.
And then come back around the other one.
Okay.
I know we did it before, but that part was actually quite interesting.
Yeah.
And I was also
So what did you say you were going to do? I need to retell my Go ahead. What were you starting to say? What the way you're solving?
well, so I think if I spiff up as much as I can on my side of the network,
Yeah.
maybe it would,
How old is your switch?
I have no idea.
Roughly. I'm not asking.
I don't even remember when I bought it. I know I had it in Santa Rosa
Okay.
the whole time we were there.
When are you going to take it back to?
2014.
Oh yeah, you should replace the switch.
Now this other switch was new back then. I think it was the one I bought for Charlotte's attic. But it's never been used. It hasn't been used
And
since.
you're sure it's a gigabit switch?
Yes, it says right on it.
Yeah, because that's important, especially
Yeah.
if you already have 800 megabits.
Yeah, it says right on it.
Yeah,
All of these are gigabit switches.
yeah.
So,
You definitely want to try that.
so I put that in. That can't hurt. That can't hurt. But I do think that I can bypass it.
Right.
I didn't think about that yesterday when I was putting it in.
Yeah.
But I believe I could actually put the my computer cable right into the router,
Right.
and
I would certainly do that.
that would cut the switch out.
Yeah. For that pathway.
Yeah.
Good morning.
Hi. Really nice today.
What a handsome woman. Thank you. Can I say hi? Oh, sure.
So maybe I'll try that.
I would. I mean, the thing is that your computer stuff should be
Of course, I could plug it.
absorbing the switch by just the amount of traffic.
Yeah, I could be. I could also plug the TiVo into the router.
Yeah. I mean, anything you can do to remove that.
The connections, of course, always introduce
Right.
potential
Well,
problems.
you're also working that box harder.
Yeah,
You know, I mean, why? I mean, you're adding basically an extra pathway that has to get, you know, handled somehow by the hardware. And, you know,
right. Yeah, it's
it's
so
just always better to have
fewer connections are always better.
Bruce, what's your, how much bandwidth do you have there on your phone?
Here,
Yeah.
I have 1 bar.
Yeah, okay, so mine is about half to 3/4 speed right here.
Well, that's pretty good.
Yeah.
What I ought to do is get you to come up to the house.
Yeah. I'm willing to do that. I mean, do you want to get some, it might be too early for lunch, but it you know,
Now, one thing we could do is drive up to Catalina State Park and drive in a ways. We'd have to use my car, but I've got a pass.
Right.
We could drive in a ways.
Yeah, that's fine. But we could also reconfigure your network.
Oh, well, that'll take a couple minutes. I just have to unplug a cable and put it in the other one.
My general philosophy about that stuff is to try to minimize the work that the network itself has to do. So that,
Yeah.
I guess there could be some configurations in which you would want to introduce the switch if there were 2 machines within the switch path that were talking to each other.
Yeah.
It's not your situation.
No, this is not the situation. I only have 1 computer on the on a
No, but you
cable.
have multiple devices, right? I mean, you have the TiVo and you have the TV.
Oh, well, I have, yeah. I mean, there's the TV, the TiVo.
My network typically has almost 20
The
devices.
LG CD player,
Right.
which I don't, I never use it, so I don't think it needs to be on the, I don't even have it plugged in right now because I had to reduce the number of plugs by 1.
Right. I
But
frankly don't need my DVD Blu-ray player turned on or powered. It's sort of connected to the network, but it's never powered.
I mean, the only thing the connection is really for is any updates, and I don't think any updates are coming on that anymore. It's too old.
The other thing you can use those things for is if you want to.
Well, you could use them for Netflix or
Yeah.
Amazon or whatever, but I don't do that.
Right, but maybe you should try it to see which way it works better. Maybe the sound would not be a problem if you were using that thing.
Well, actually, given the state of my ears and Charlotte's ears, the TV sound is actually perfectly okay. So using Amazon on the TV is not a big deal. I don't lose anything by not running it through the amp. one thing that's in a way kind of nice is that well, one thing that's kind of nice is the TV. Oh, this is the loop.
Yeah.
So we can go either left or right.
Well, which way? Do you have a preference?
No, I
We're
don't.
going to go around to the left.
We can do that. We did that last time. We did that last time.
So we're right here?
Yeah. We went this way last time. That would be all right. We could do that again, or we could go the other way.
I don't have any preference. I mean, if you want to go the opposite direction just for drill, that's okay.
Okay, let's go this way.
So you just have to, you know, because there's no consistently better approach to it, is what I'm saying. Each thing seems to vary.
Well,
and part of it is the software that each particular device uses for, you know, so like Netflix on TiVo is different
right.
than Netflix on some other.
Well, the Amazon running through my TV looks just the same, except it actually works.
Are the apps on your TV updated?
Oh yeah, the TV's up to date.
No, I don't mean the apps.
Those are the apps. There isn't any way to update the apps aside from that.
There isn't any way to what?
There's no way to update the apps aside from updating the TV.
Really?
Yeah.
Well,
the apps are built in.
So they don't ever get updated?
They get updated when the TV gets updated.
Is that a Samsung?
It's a Samsung TV.
Yeah.
You can't add apps or anything. What's there is there.
Yeah.
They have a selection of apps, but...
Is your plan to keep that TV until it dies?
Yeah, I have no reason to change it. I have no reason to spend any money on it.
Well, so for example, you know, you watch Thursday Night Football now on Amazon. And what I discovered was they recently updated stuff on the TV itself, on the microcode of the TV.
Yeah.
And after that, I didn't have any more trouble with Thursday Night Football.
Well, the TV does not I have no trouble with the TV.
Right. Well, I wasn't doesn't have
the one thing
any other aspect of my team.
the one thing I'm not happy about is that when I use those apps, well, it says that you're supposed to be able to send the output, the audio,
Yeah.
either through an audio cable or to the speakers on the TV.
Right.
And I tried sending it to the optical cable
Right, but you have to have an optical input.
and put it back in the amp, but that
Right.
doesn't work.
What happens?
The amp, nothing, I get no sound. The amp will not pick up the optical.
Well, I assume you have
Audio.
to change the configuration of the amp.
Well, I tried and I was unable to find out how to do it. So,
Yeah.
and actually in the documentation, it never says that you can do that.
Well, why does it care?
Well, I don't know why it cares. But this way,
You have an expensive receiver,
yeah.
and there's no reason why that should not work.
Well, I know, but the receiver is too complicated to figure out
Okay.
what to do.
Well, it may take some work, but
The settings won't work. So,
have you ever updated the
oh yeah,
microphone on the receiver?
yeah. So, and there aren't any more. They dead-ended the,
Yeah, it's too old for that.
yes.
Yeah. I mean, I don't even think the company that made my receiver is even existing now. I think it's still around as a brand, but it's not. So, you know, it's now home field.
Yeah.
What kind
Well,
of receiver is yours?
A Denon, probably Onkyo also.
I don't.
One of the things I like about the TV, playing Amazon on the TV, is that the sound comes out through the speakers, right?
Right, up
And,
the TV.
and they're pretty good. But then, when I switch off Amazon
Right,
to go to the TiVo for regular TV,
yeah,
the earphones are already plugged in.
right,
So I don't have to get up and plug in the earphones.
right.
So this matter of switching Amazon is not really a big concern at this point.
Okay.
It's,
Well, I mean, if it doesn't matter, obviously you don't want to spend a lot of time on fixing something that doesn't matter.
so, now I uploaded something yesterday. I think it was after the switch was switched,
Changed out.
and it worked fine.
Okay. Was it to GoPro or where?
The GoPro,
Okay. How big was it?
6 gigabytes,
So not huge.
not huge.
I wonder if it could be related to the size of the files.
Well, of course, but it's, I mean, the little ones don't work either.
Oh,
The 3 gigabyte routine files that it makes,
yeah.
they don't work either.
Well, yeah.
So
it's not a function of the size.
I don't think so, no.
Yeah.
I've been unable, for a month, I've been unable to get them to upload.
But yesterday it worked.
Well, yesterday I uploaded a video I made.
Right.
What I'm doing now is, because of the space issue, I was trying to archive the individual files on my computer.
Right.
But the disk drive I'm using for that is not working right.
Yeah, I think you told me.
So it's losing them.
Yeah.
So
yeah, that's the one that I expressed to you that might be a hardware failure.
I think it is, yeah. And so what I'm trying to do, so I got my 16 terabyte drive,
Right.
and that seems to be working. It does go to sleep periodically, but
Is there some obvious way to wake it up?
well, yeah, you turn off the USB and turn it back on again,
Oh, that sucks.
and it works.
There's got to be a better way than that to wake it up. I'm currently having a problem. They just updated the Bluetooth software on my computer. And now, every time my machine goes to sleep on its own, I can't wake it up again.
Yeah,
So
well,
I guess I need to report that to the number.
I suppose. I never put my machine to sleep.
Well, I'm going to have to go in there and keep it from turning itself off.
Yeah, you can do that. You can set the power settings.
Well, it's the display that causes the problem, and then that means, you know, I don't want to have the display on all the time. I mean, so that I'm not sure exactly why this is, but there's something. So I have the Bluetooth mouse, and I have the Bluetooth mouse, and then I have a hardwired mouse that my the vertical mouse.
Yeah.
And they're both connected to it. So by itself, it shouldn't be Bluetooth dependent. But for some reason, the computer won't wake up after it switches the display on. I do not want to have my display powered and use
No.
the light of the display. It's really expensive to play. I don't know, but I guess I'm going to removal. Because it clearly happened after the thing updated itself automatically. Now they updated the BIOS for my computer about 2 days later. So I'm not sure if it's still a problem or not, but I'm gonna have to
It uses Wi-Fi.
Wi-Fi all the time.
Yeah. Well, what you get in Catalina State Park.
Well, that too.
That's what because there are certain places in Catalina State Park where I get a signal
Yeah.
way out on the trail.
Yeah.
And
Well, how long of a hike would it take to get to
oh, I'm not proposing that. I would propose that we drive to the parking area,
Yeah, that's fine.
the trailhead parking area, because there's no signal there for me.
Right.
I have to drive out of the parking area before I get a signal.
Yeah, I mean, so far the lesson I'm learning about this is there's nothing perfect.
No, right.
So, you
And
know,
I don't expect it to be
what's
perfect.
critical to you?
Yeah, I don't expect it to be perfect. But,
You know, in Europe they took a different approach. They basically told all the network providers, if you want to be a provider, you have to provide actual service, you know, some percentage of the time in some percentage of places.
uh-huh.
And basically, anybody who wants to run a network can do it. Not here they gave people a monopoly without giving them any performance metrics. That reminds me of what the Pennsylvania State Police did, but there, years and years ago now, when they completely updated the radio system for the state police, they specified 90% of the time, 90% of the locations.
Uh-huh.
And they basically said, if it doesn't meet that, you have to do whatever it takes to get there.
Yeah.
Now they, you know, in return for that, they gave Motorola a contract that, you know, gave them I guess it was a monopoly, but they basically said, you know, you'll be our provider, you know, for some period of time.
Yeah.
It seems fair to me. You know, if they were going to make them, you know, provide that kind of service, they needed to be able to make sure they were going to be able to get a return on their investment.
Yep.
Although I suspect that the state also paid for the construction of any facility that, you know, that they had to have.
Well, they use eminent domain or whatever.
Yeah. Boy, there's some really humongous houses out there.
Yeah.
Do you have any idea when you
No. I don't recall them being here when we lived on Cerritos.
wasn't there a slope ordinance for years that
Well, I don't know anything about that.
I remember that was
We lived in a development, and so somebody had already done the work for the developing.
You know what, I'm going to
Yeah, it's getting warm, isn't it?
well, I'm definitely I have a long sleeve
Yeah.
I also have to pee somewhere. No. Here comes the bike. Here comes the bike. guys lived on Cerritos, did you walk in this part of
Oh yeah, not in this part specifically, but over there by the Desperado Trail.
Yeah.
We used to walk up those ridges toward the mountains.
Were there actual trails at that time?
Yes, but I'm not sure they're the same trails that were there now.
Yeah.
But yeah, yeah, it looks that way.
I mean, they're not tiny by any means, but they're not huge.
No, they aren't.
Some of the others.
Look at this spider web. Look at this spider web.
Yeah. Almost looks like a Halloween decoration.
Yeah. Yeah. Big loop. Yeah.
One of the other things that's nice is that you can arrange your network so that you will always have DPN.
Uh-huh.
And they that gets offered to you automatically at no charge. I think it perturbs Google though. But now, since I made the change last night, every command that I give to my Google Home network gets duplicated on the phone. I'm going to have to call and see about that. You don't run the Alexa app on your phone, do you?
I have it, but the only thing I do with it is I can use it to turn on and off lights
Right.
easily.
Does it respond to you though?
It would.
What do you mean it would?
Well, I could talk to it if I wanted to.
Right.
But I
How
know.
would you do that?
Well,
Is it so? Is that feature turned on and you just don't?
there's an app on the phone. I don't know what you.
Does the app have to be running for your phone to respond?
I think so.
Huh?
I don't know.
Oh,
I think. You may be able to set it so that the.
It doesn't matter. I'm just curious.
See that?
That sign?
There's an old trail through there, and it goes to a street out here. But that's it might be something like a pipeline road.
That looks like one of those.
Yeah.
I mean, I could go look.
Well, there's a trail shown on the map, but I don't think it's the All Trails map. I don't think it's a park trail. They don't want you to use it now. But you can see where it's dug.
This is a boundary marker for the county conservation area.
Yeah. So I think this is definitely a cut through here.
Yeah,
And I think it's a pipeline or something, maybe a gas pipeline
yeah.
or something like that.
Right.
It's no
thanks.
bird, it's just me. Sorry, I'm not the subject. Thanks a lot.
Boy, Brady.
Kind of. Seems to be a low area. It says 5G.
Yeah, but
it's
I'm
about
saying, look
half.
at the,
It's about there. Now it's full.
okay. Because mine is now marginal, I would say. Well, no, that's not true. It's almost full scale. So it's obviously very variable in this area.
Well, yeah, you've got hills and all.
Well, yeah, and you can imagine that there's no cell tower anywhere near here.
Yeah. They're not used as much. I don't think this trail gets used as much. Well, yeah, so. Yeah, but it also tends to make a flat spot in the trail. Yeah. There's a lot of rock out here in the trail. The ground is rockier than other parts. Well, this must be the junction.
What's that?
We've completed the loop,
Right,
the Black Rock loop.
right.
Now, yeah, we have a short way to go, and then we'll find the other loop. Yeah, it's not far. House. Our good friend at friend's house, Hubert. He had the house. Yeah. Well, he just had a massive heart attack. And he's in the hospital. And they never, I think he's about 90. It's hard to live much longer than that.
I think you have to have had a stress-free life. And a, you know, pretty active kind of thing.
Well, he was very active.
Yeah.
They were hikers and all.
But I don't think he was very stress-free.
No, he was a hydrologist, and he was he taught at a university, Colorado State University.
Big mining.
No, not there. That's the Colorado School of Mines.
That's what?
Colorado School of Mines. That's different. But Colorado State was where he taught. I'm sure he did. I'm sure he knew about them.
Yeah.
But they're all part of the Colorado state system.
Right. Do they have the same things like they do
I don't know. Yeah, I don't really know. But
You're big enough where they have chances.
there are various Colorado State universities, and there are branches of the University of Colorado, both in Colorado. But here it is. Sun Circle Loop.
So we're on the Laurel Vista.
Sun Circle Loop.
Oh.
I just wonder.
What?
I just wonder, in the Bears case, recently, for a while now, he's been fulminating about the Ukraine war. Bear,
Oh.
stop the war. He's a quitter. Of course, he's against war and he's against sending aid to Ukraine. And yes, he doesn't want to support the war in any way. And he's been leading marches in Santa Rosa. Well, they had a vigil one day a week, and for a certain period of time. And he's been right. he follows the Quaker principle of
Oh, yeah, no, I
not
understand,
supporting.
but I think if you're going to do that, you have to symbolize what you think you ought to do to prevent that kind of invasion. Or remedy it.
But, and the other thing he did fairly recently was he started taking writing classes. And in my view, the net result of this was every week a letter to the editor of the Santa Rosa paper about the war in broken English,
What? Oh, it broke.
in somewhat broken English. You know, some phrases were clearly not
Does
normal
he write typically in French or does he write in English?
in English. Oh, he's been here for years and speaks English fine, but there are Gallicisms in his English.
Or what?
Gallicisms, Frenchisms. But, and of course the paper is not publishing any of it.
It's not published, right?
The paper is not publishing any of his letters to the editor.
Oh, okay.
So that has started more fulminations about freedom of the press.
Now,
And
freedom of the press is freedom from having to publish whatever you
so he's been, no, that's right. That's what I was thinking. Yeah. Oh yeah. That's a nice one. Yeah. So I've been thinking about ways to save data. On the phone. No, I know, but one approach I thought of was to turn off data except on the Wi-Fi and see what happens.
Well, it won't work in the car, at least where you are.
But the other option,
I mean, that's even things like, I don't know if you use it or not, Google Assistant. I mean, you know, like I said, I got
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean,
with the iNaturalist,
Yeah.
right?
Why would you want to be trying to save data when we just made the point of getting the kind of plan that would...
Well, no, I was just thinking about it as a problem. With the iNaturalist, now they're forcing me, I can't just take a picture and store it on the phone and upload it later.
Right.
Because it won't have the GPS. So now I have to open the app and take a picture.
Right.
And then it's going to upload the picture immediately.
Right.
If it can.
Right.
So that's going to use data. Yes, and then it'll want me to tell it what I saw, or select one from a series of options, all of which have to be downloaded. So that's all data. Well, yeah, a little bit, but the whole thing uses a lot of data, or some data. So it was much better the other way, because taking a picture does not use data. And storing it on the phone, and then waiting till I'm on Wi-Fi to upload. Yes. The iNat app cannot take the data. It says that Google is preventing them from seeing picture data.
Does it give you that message when I've got that setting somewhere. I mean, the problem is they've got geolocation stuff everywhere in the world.
Yeah.
I think it's to confuse people so they just turn everything off.
Well, this is not a question of turning something on. You know, it worked fine before.
That's what I'm saying. It might be a setting in the operating system.
It could be, but I can't find it.
Right, that's what I'm saying. Got that stuff distributed everywhere in something. Unless you know where to go, you're not necessarily going to figure it out. And I think that's a deliberate strategy. That Google is super.
So I don't know.
Well, I'll look at it whenever you have me set up the...
But you know, if the iNat people didn't say that they couldn't do it, I would keep looking for ways to turn it on. But
I'll have to...
if they specifically,
iNaturalist.
iNaturalist, yeah.
Okay, I'll download it.
observation, when you add an observation, it gives you the choice of use the camera or take a picture. And if you use the take a picture option, that's what I'm doing now. Yeah. I used to just use my camera and it uploaded the geolocation. And it's really a pain because the only way you can put in the geolocation, well, not the only way. But if you're taking like 25 pictures on a lake, you don't want to do that. And of course you could, the pictures are saved in your pictures, and they're saved with the geolocation. So you could go to those pictures, you could go on your computer to each picture and grab the location, the latitude and longitude, and put it in the app, you know, and then open the app up. They have a box where you can put in the location. But that's a lot of work.
Oh yeah.
So
tell me, what you used to do. So you would take a picture.
I would just take a picture on the camera of a plant or an animal or something. And then when I got home, I would open the app on Wi-Fi, and I would create an observation, and it would offer me the option to choose pictures in the camera. It does do that. It will let you do that, but when it does, it will not upload the geolocation. Not particularly. Did they cut it off? Did they cut it off?
No, they didn't cut it off. My ear is swollen up. Still.
Probably not a lot of circulation there. Are good for tossing off heat too. That's why earmuffs. That's why they're earmuffs. That's the cornerstone of the.
My ear is actually now receding little by little by little.
That's the cornerstone of the Britton family fortune. Yeah, sure. did you manage to get some hornet spray?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Yes. Well, there's a setting for it. Well, the receiver documentation says you can't put audio input.
It says you can't what?
You can't put audio input into it.
It's only video?
Well, you have to use one of the video cable systems. You know, like the one with 3 wires or the one with 5 wires. It has
That's
a...
ridiculous. If you're using
Yeah.
an optical cable, why would you do that?
Hi.
Morning.
So the question is even, why is there an optical app? Well, I think the optical cable on the TV is, well, you'd have to think that the reason it's there is to put output into a stereo system. But in a way, I don't really want to do that. see that with the TiVo and all, it uses that ARC channel,
Right.
and that puts the audio both ways.
Oh, you know what? One thing I just thought of is that you may have to unplug the power from your
Well, it's using it right. Well, because I hear the sound through the speaker.
Yeah, but that doesn't.
I mean, it took me years to get that set up right. So it actually works. Yeah.
Well, I find that thing is that every time I have to do something that's all out of the way, like reconfigure the thing, I have to reread the manual.
Well, yeah, that's right.
Because I don't remember it from one time
No,
to
right.
the next. I'm sure if you
And
Google
with this
it,
receiver,
it's no problem.
with this receiver, it's so easy to get it wrong
Right,
so that it simply doesn't work.
right.
And
Yeah,
so,
I mean, they definitely put human take on those things to the extent that they're now easily therefore won't work at all.
well, I finally got it to the point where I can turn it to standby at night. And then when I turn it on, it comes on perfectly without my having to do the entire setup procedure again.
Yeah, but of course,
Yeah, I'd like to turn it off, but it won't restart. It won't work right if I restart it.
change the source. I mean,
reminds me of the guys who built our disc controllers at System Industry.
What was that like?
Well, they were basically big switches that connected several computers to several disk drives.
Were they mobile quick?
Yeah. So, oh, it was a separate box. So, and it had an LED display on it with lights and things,
Yeah, that was too impressive.
and a graphic thing. And the whole thing was programmed in Forth, a language which only they knew. Actually, Forth was a language invented to control telescopes.
Right.
And there was a time when Forth was verging on popular because of the ability to do real-time control.
Right.
And so anyway, these guys programmed the thing in Forth.
Was that because they hired somebody
I think it was because the designer used it. I think it was because the designer knew Forth. He was at the time it was not a totally bad decision. No, but in the process control world, it had its advocates. But one of the things about Forth is that it's non-procedural.
Wow, that's a big one. Oh, that's a KC-135. Go ahead.
Well, Forth is non-procedural.
Right.
It's a bit like Lisp, which is a language which nobody knows,
Right.
which is
Except a few systems.
people who use it for language processing and research in language spaces. But anyway, so of course the number of Forth programmers in the universe is not very big. But then, of course, being programmers, I don't know what it's like at this point, but actually, System Industries is not supported either. So,
What's that?
System Industries is not supported either. So, it doesn't much matter.
Right.
But they put a lot of things in there, like you could use the switches on the cover to make it play a tune,
Right.
and you could use them to have it make graphs of weird things from the disk traffic on this display.
Programmer productivity.
Yeah. And so it was